Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thinking game number 65.
65, my street, 65th Street. Shout out.
65th Street. Not Sesame Street, 65th Street.
Where dreams go to die.
So many characters other than Burke and Ernie. You had Hulk.
Hulk, Dre, you know what I mean? When we got slow. It's like, who are these people?
Oh, man. And this podcast is just a general discussion and for entertainment purposes only. Scenarios talked about on this podcast are general scenarios and for entertainment and insight purposes only. Because we don't want nobody to feel like what we're saying is true or something like that. It could be, could not be. It's general talk. So I came across something. I was listening to something, and this is the thinking game angle, right? It said a billionaire was questioned by Congress about $150 million transaction over 5 years. Like he was giving them like 20 million here, 30 million here over 5 years, tied to that whole Epstein thing. I'm not gonna get into the Epstein thing. Really, that's a whole nother thing. But I think the thinking game thing is how do you transfer that kind of money and then not make waves? Like if I give you if I transfer you $20 million, how do I give you that $20 million and then not make waves? Or it take 5 years for it to come up? That's crazy, man. Like you can give somebody $1,000 cash, right? You give somebody $1,000 cash and they put in their hand, put it in their pocket, and they go about their business. But giving somebody 20 million, like how do you give somebody 20 million in cash over 10 million and then not make any wage? That's insane, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like they can do stuff like that. We move $10,000, you know what I mean? We got to
Man.
pay income tax, we got to pay in, we change our dependents
You
on
know what
our
he said?
and our W4, you know what I mean?
So
they don't try to tax us for $5,000 fines. They can lose a couple $1 million, $100 million, you know what I mean?
yeah.
A couple years, and there's no problem.
And
You
that's
know
what
what I
makes
mean?
people want to go to law school. I think that's what makes people want to go to law school, man. Because can you imagine being dude lawyer? You probably know he gonna lose, but you're gonna try to defend him, try to get him as much leniency as you can. But he probably gonna pay you great though. So the lawyer said, or he said to Congress that he was paying for it was a consulting fee for wealth management and like estate management or something like that. Because you know they charge you like 1% of your wealth or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said even 1% is not, $150 million. It may be like 90 or 100 million, but it ain't 150 million. It's just crazy to move that kind of money, man. It's supposed to be digital, man. It's just crazy, unreal, man.
Yeah, there's no more briefcases, you know what I mean,
Nah,
and duffel bags in the
hey,
trunk. We doing that
man, you gonna be
electronically
you
and
gonna
expecting nobody, expect nobody to notice that. You know what I mean?
you
You
can't
have
even put that kind of money in the Chevy Express van. You take all the seats out, you can't even fit 150 million. That's crazy.
and you know, and it's like then it's like,
Oh,
well, now the government being those is like, well, what was you paying these people for? Like, you
man.
know, what cost? You know what I mean? 20 and 30 million a pop. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, it's out
Well,
there. You can look it up, but I know it's all involved with that whole Epstein thing, man, and stuff like that, that whole ring or whatever. But man, that's unreal, man, to be able to like give somebody that kind of money and they can you could transfer that to them. Like, like how long does that take? Just like you know how you wire transfer $10 million. Like, how long does that take to clear the bank? You know what I'm saying? Like, no red flags come up or nothing. You know what I'm
like, and we got a hold on that. We got a hold.
saying? Man, that's crazy,
We
man.
got a 90-day hold. You know what I mean? You wait 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Till you have access to the money. Can I cash out? You know what I
Man,
mean?
that's crazy. Untaxed, no, just tax free.
And then you notice, like, on our little money, you get fined with Cash App or Zelle if you transfer over too much money. You try to, you know, transfer $1,000 on a
Oh, they charge
introductory
you a
account.
fee? Oh wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
That's
hey
like,
man, I ain't never transferred that much. I ain't got that much money, so yeah, I didn't know that.
Hey man, I heard you went to Houston and you had a couple of transfers. Like, what was going on?
Boy,
Who is Butterfly 68? What's that? Like,
boy,
I don't know.
yeah.
Talk to the lawyers.
All right, going into our corporate section now. The UPS union. You hear about this? It says the UPS, they was about to go on strike. UPS said they didn't want to go through that because they like the top parcel service right now. So they couldn't have any downtime. So they kind of caved in on the negotiation with the union. They said the key word is full-time worker gets paid like $49 an hour at UPS. The key word is full-time. Most people that work at
Is that
UPS is
$49
part-time.
an hour, or is it that 49,000 yearly salary?
No,
That's
no,
an
no, no,
hour?
no. They were saying $49 an hour. But most people that work at UPS, you work full-time. I mean, part-time though. You don't start out as full-time at UPS. You probably got to work your way up to get to that. The average person working part-time probably making maybe half of that, maybe like at 15 or 20 or something like that. You ain't getting 49.
But you gotta realize you are making $25 an hour for a part-time job. That's a good little side hustle, I guess,
Yeah.
for a normal person. But you
Yeah.
gotta think, man, what the scale they're working on. Like you said, they're a number one parcel delivery
Yeah.
company. You know what I mean? That's like above Amazon.
That's
That's
above the
work
post office.
every day. So you gotta have
Yeah.
workers with that work. So you gotta pay them. I mean, if you want to stay on top, you got to keep the gravy train moving. You need workers. Trying to shortcut that or split the bill in half, trying to use part-time workers, pay your people and keep the train going.
And so you got to look at it from both sides of the fence, right? From a thinking standpoint. I think I was telling my wife just the other day, a lot of jobs don't like giving out raises from the owner side. Is because if you get like a grid or a spreadsheet and you start running up the numbers, you give everybody across the job, you got like 100 employees, you give everybody a $2 raise, they could be an extra 500 grand on your overhead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like that. You go up to $10, it could go up to a million or something like that, just like that. So I can't even imagine doing 49, how much their overhead jump up on that spreadsheet.
And people always want to take the side of the owners, like, well, if it was my company, I wouldn't want to. But they're not you. They're not a small business. They are not mid-level.
Yeah, this is
They
UPS.
are the best. They are number one with a parcel delivery.
Yeah.
When you do that, when you pay your employees fair or above, like you have the best business, you got to pay your people the best to remain the best. And you are only losing a couple percents off your profit margin paying your employees. And then you're securing that because you pay the best. You might be able to get those workers from Amazon because you pay better than them.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying.
You
like,
know what I mean? And you got to see that. You got to see the long haul. Keep being number one and cash those checks.
From a political standpoint, they were saying like for small businesses, if they raise the federal minimum wage to like 15 to $20 an hour or something like that, that a lot of small businesses, Walmart will win because to pay people that much. The small businesses will lose because they can't afford to pay people $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You deal with that kind of stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't really see that. They just see the rates going up, but they don't see like the small business owner can't afford to have a staff of 10 people paying them $20 an hour based on, what his, overhead is as a business. You know what I'm saying?
So in place of big business, that's good for you. You basically muscling out all the little businesses, so that increases your money. So that it decreases your competition and increases your money, your cash flow, because you get all the best employees because you pay the best. Your competition can't.
It's like the kingpin. They can't keep up. It's like the kingpin.
But they say they don't want to do that. They don't want to. do that because they don't want to pay. Not that.
Yeah. Now let's not get it twisted. Big businesses don't want to pay either. They don't want to pay either.
No, yes, yeah. No. I mean, they don't even want, and that's not greedy. You don't even want to pay, even if it ensures your victory. So that's how cheap you are. You know what I mean?
Or you're gonna pay, but you're gonna lose somewhere else. We're gonna pay you, but you're not gonna get benefits. We'll pay you, but it's crazy.
I always try to understand this. Yeah. You're going to make a profit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like small businesses, they don't know if they're going to make a profit. Walmart knows. UPS knows. Amazon knows they're going to make a profit.
It's unreal,
gas, companies know they're going to make a profit. It's just how big. So we're going to win. How big of our win is it going to be? Boy. And they won't subtract even from their wins. You know what I mean? You know, like
gas stations, do they make more off the gas up to have at a gas station? Like, you know, you go to certain gas stations, like if you go to the gas station in the rich neighborhood or the good side of town, they don't have all the stuff in the gas station. Like if you go in the hood, like the gas stations in the hood, it's like every space on the floor is filled with something. You could barely walk around in some of them, you know what I'm saying? They got pickle pig feet on the counter and stuff, and all kind of little what you call them pills, like the fake Viagra and all that stuff right there by the counter. Dude, you got all the chips you can imagine, and snacks and stuff, and every kind of drink you can imagine. It's just enough where you can walk through the aisle sometimes. Then you go to the good neighborhoods, they be having like bananas and fruit and stuff like that, and they be having like they got their stuff filled, but it'd be different stuff. It'd be pretty crazy, man. And I wonder, do they make the money off this? Because I think the gas is kind of set at a margin. I don't know if you make a lot of money off. Let us know in the comments. I don't know. I don't think they make a lot of money off the gas. I think the gas gets you there. And then you buy something. They're hoping you buy other stuff in there when you pay for gas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, they got to make something off gas. Yeah. Probably a steady check. But like the movie theater, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they make a lot of money off ticket sales, but concessions. I mean, you know what I mean? They got a $6 bottle of water.
Man.
You know what I mean? $20.
With inflation now, too? Thank God. Like, I'm glad I'm married now, but, man, going on a date now at the movies, man, you better have $100 in your least to buy the tickets, and then what's left over, you might have $60 left over. Then you get, 2 large popcorns, 2 drinks. You might be looking at $30 right there.
Hey, you gotta know my struggle budget. We gonna share popcorn, and we gonna bring our own food because people talking about, well, I would never take a girl on a $100 date or $200 date. Then in a movie, that's $150.
That's back in the '60s, buddy. This 2023 now. It's happening. You can't even. Unless you go to some 2 for $20 at Applebee's or so, you go out to eat, you might be spending about $70. And that's a low-end restaurant. That ain't even the high-end. Oh, next topic. This is actually pretty cool. This is actually pretty crazy. This is stuff we need to learn about as a culture right here. James Dolan and how he only has to pay $1 a year in property taxes per year for the land Madison Square Garden is built on, resulting in an over $875 million tax break that he get. That's the kind of stuff we need to learn about, how to get these tax breaks and codes, man, in our favor, so you don't have to pay the money in taxes.
We like you
instead can of learning about TikTok and how to do filters. Huh?
Single person and married person making 50, you gonna pay in. You know what I mean? And this guy owns so much property, and he pays $1.
$1.
He
probably got the best accountants. He probably got the best accountants, the best lawyers, and boy, they in the meeting room. How we gonna make this happen? We not fit to pay these taxes. How we gonna make this happen? And
but I'm pretty sure. I imagine he's got to be paying them a lot of money. You know what I mean? To make
he better. He'd rather pay somebody, $2 million a year than have to pay $875 or so, however much the taxes you got to pay a year. I mean, who wouldn't? I'd do that. I'd take that any day of the year. That trade.
Yeah, I pay you $200 to stop from paying $800.
Yeah. So.
And then, but when poor people try to get breaks or try to get a free meal or use a coupon, they cheat. You know what I mean? That's low class.
Yeah.
But he's getting $800,000 discount on his taxes.
Boy.
But that's cool. That's player when you do that. But
boy. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I So the next one, I think this happens a lot. People just like they talk about it every now and then. You hear about the Northwestern coach with the hazing and stuff like that. But here's the one that really stuck out, right? He said players was asked to cut their hair or long hairstyles so that they were more in line with what the coach called the Wildcat way. I don't agree with it, but it does. I think that does happen a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it
yeah,
said,
man, and I think that's that, man. It's racism, censorship, and things like that.
yeah,
Well, you go to the school, you got to stand by this dress code. You got to look like us. Now, if I'm wearing my uniform and I'm, dressed nice, or maybe the collar shirt, I understand that. But telling somebody they need to change their personal aesthetics,
yeah,
is kind of just pushing it. I mean, I kind of really feel like it's a civil rights issue because it's what you deem
right.
from your view, from your privilege, what's professional and what's not. It's not
So, and
way.
I thought about this when I was typing it up. Right. One thing I thought about is what you just said. How I definitely don't agree with it, and life is definitely unfair. This is definitely to the youth. That's why you have to improve your skill sets to try to navigate through some of this unfairness, right? Because when you have the skill set, you don't have to go to a Northwestern. Sometimes that's the only place you can go. Sometimes you got to endure that in order to get to the NFL.
Well,
So
Northwestern is a very prestigious college.
no, but what I'm saying is
for
you go to
journalists.
Northwestern, but if you go to Alabama, they may not care about that as long as they win. You see what I'm saying? But your skill set is not Alabama worthy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, would you let?
You're definitely gonna get
Go ahead.
better education in Northwestern.
So most kids go to college, go into education. If you can put a go pro, you go there. You think they care about education?
Well, going to Northwestern, focusing on journalism, your career after sports, you'll be really in a, you're talking about getting skills. That's the place to be. If you're thinking about your career after football
this is what
or
I say,
basketball.
right? Would you let 3 years of going there, if you know your skill set is valuable and you can go pro, would you let the quote unquote the Wildcat way stop you from going pro? That's all I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
if you know you can go pro,
but that's what they're banking on. You're going to put down your principles, what you believe in, to get what they're offering you. That's the price. That's the devil with the contract. Sign right here. I can make your dreams come true. You just have to give up this.
You think
and
it's
so
like,
a lot of people, what you're saying, a lot of people are. But and it's not even going pro. This is about your college education anyway. Are you going to give up these 3 years or 4 years? You doing things your way, your hair, your religion, whatever that is. You give it up for 4 years, and then you'll have that degree and you'll have those skills to live how you want to live the rest of your life. That's what they're kind of extorting you with. They got the prize right there. If you want this, you got to do this. You know what I mean? You don't believe in doing this, but we'll give you this if you do. You know what I mean? If you think that's right or wrong,
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying that's kind of how life is sometimes when you're navigating the journey to where you're trying to get to. Sometimes you got to give up something. You got to give up something in order to get something. It's like negotiation. Sometimes you got to give up something to get something. I mean, I'm not saying it's right or it's unfair. It's like the cost of doing business sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
And if you don't want to do it the Wildcat way, you can go to another school.
It's just like, you want to be a CEO or you want to be this, you can't talk crazy on social media. You can't cuss somebody.
Have the right to express myself how I want to.
I mean, you do got the right, but the consequences, you can't change that either. That's what I'm saying. You got the right, but you also got the right to receive the consequences too. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm just like, wow, why should I have to suffer consequences because I'm doing something that's not illegal?
But you're the
And it's
face. It's
me,
like you're the face of something, though.
you know, it's me, and I'm being myself.
I know, but
And
it's
that's
the
the things
face
you
of the
gotta, you know,
company. It's yourself, but then it's the company, though, right?
or the school, or it's
Yeah,
anything
right.
you deal with,
See,
your
most kids,
brand.
I
You know,
think
I
most
don't.
kids don't understand it though. Like when you see people that's like a superintendent or like CEO and stuff like that, how much money they making. These people are making six figures and above. Who cares about social media at that point? You just like who cares? Like you make social media, but I'm not gonna cuss nobody out. People trolling. You who cares? I'm at a point where I could do almost just about anything I want, plus my bills are paid. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I
But I
don't know.
mean, that's what they're saying. What is your price to sell out? What you believe in, or to conform into the robot? Some people can't do it
Right.
because their views. It's like being a kid, right?
Yeah, it's like all about perspective. Like, so I know you're saying it's all about perspective. Some people think you're selling out. Some people think, you know what, I got to sacrifice this for a few years to get where I'm trying to get to. Because if I don't, I'll be in the same spot where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes to get to different levels of the mountain, it's going to cost you something. I mean, it's not going to be a free ride. It's not going to be free, or you're not going to be able to do whatever you want to do. I mean, that's just kind of how life is. You know what I'm
And
saying?
these are small things to some people. Well,
Right.
I only got to act civilized. Well, I can do that all the time, you know. But
Because we're
some
looking at it from a
people,
regular
it's
standpoint. Like,
embarrassing.
you telling me to GoPro, all I gotta do is cut my hair? If I got dreads to cut my hair off, you know what I'm saying? And then I can go there for 3 years and go pro after that, and then grow my hair back. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, like a lot of players didn't. You know, Adrian James
Right.
didn't. You know what I mean?
But
But you
see,
got to go through that.
his skill level was so good though, he could go to Miami where it didn't matter. You see what I'm saying? But if your skill level not high enough and you get recruited by Northwestern and these schools like that don't get down like that, now you got a choice to make. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Or go
mean,
be a walk on, or go be a
but the,
walk on in Miami, and you probably don't even get in the game now. Or you can go to Northwestern and start, but you got to do it the Wildcat way.
and their sports GPA is higher. You gotta have a higher GPA, not just the NCAA standard, to even
Yeah,
play. So it's a
right.
hard curriculum, and your GPA got to be harder. I mean, higher. But you know, just
Yeah,
in general, you
yeah.
know, going to a
'Cause
school
I
or
don't agree with it. It's a lot of stuff like it's just in the corporate world. Don't I think a lot of people don't agree with, but in order to get to the bag, in order to get to places where you want to go, it's gonna cost you something.
and then
And
it's like
that's life.
and then
But
it's
go
like
ahead.
being a kid. You got to deal with certain stuff under your
Yes,
parents' roof
yes,
until
you
you can
do.
get your own place.
Right.
I mean, it's just like, you know, and you can't sign your own diploma. So you got to do
No.
whatever that college says.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your freshman year, you got to stay in all male dorms. Well, I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
stay
Well,
with
you can't
all
go here.
men. You know what I mean? Or you got to
Can't go
stay
here.
on campus.
Right.
That's that college's policy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 1 year. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't want to do that. Well, until you sign your own diploma, you got to do what
Yeah.
you got to do.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, that's just another perspective I just think about looking at. Probably troll us on it, but it's all good. So moving on to our tech section. Say AI could be coming to the workplace. I've been seeing like they have like some states they got like an AI McDonald's where it like serves you through the window with like all computer based and cooking and stuff like that. And Wendy's and these little restaurants. And sometimes they talking about Amazon having like AI up in there, stocking and putting up uh, the orders and stuff like that. So people better watch out, man. Doing all that complaining about Amazon and stuff, you gonna mess around and come to work. It's gonna be like our robot up in there. They're gonna be in there doing the job for you, man.
And it's crazy how we think of wealth or living. We think to live you have to work. That's like so. You know, maybe back in the day, you was like, well, if robots was doing everything for us, that would be paradise. We don't have to do anything, and the robots do it for us. That's a good thing. But no, we see robots taking our jobs. So we can't live. We can't eat. We can't eat without working. Working on eat. But in certain things AI can't do. But they can program a computer probably to do anything. But it's gonna be people to serve them. So get good skill sets. Get better skill sets.
Yeah,
and you can. That can be your breakthrough.
I think growing up in the country, some of my life, and then growing up in the city, some of my life, I understand about some of the stuff that you need money for, and you don't have to have money for. And I think in the country, you see people growing their own stuff like vegetables and stuff like that, or have a hog farm and stuff like that. It ain't probably ain't like that now, but back in the day, it used to be like that. People have their own source of meat or whatever. But in the city, it ain't like that at all. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. You buy everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Package
I
for
think
you,
that's
a little convenient place.
yeah, like even going hunting, like when you live in the city, you not going hunting. People think, oh, are we going hunting? Dude, it's probably like a small percentage of people that live in the city that go hunting. You know what I'm saying?
And
Maybe
actually
10,
eat their food.
5%. Yeah, 5% maybe. You know what I'm saying?
And even we're in Arkansas, so it's a lot of people just hunt for sport, and they don't even eat the meat a lot of times. Some people do.
Yeah, some people do, but some people don't. Yeah, most people do it for the taxidermy. They, stuff the head and put it on the wall. And some people donate the meat. They donate it to like a market or something like that, but they don't eat it though because they hunt so much they just don't want it. But yeah, man, I know in the country though, some people grow tomatoes, they grow squash and stuff like that, and they grow their stuff and they hogs or cows or whatever. But in the city though, you're not doing that in the city though. You're not killing half a cow. You don't even have enough space to even keep half a cow. I don't think people realize half a cow is like cutting your dually truck in half, and that's how much meat you have. Where you gonna store all that meat in, man? Somebody got the chickens running around the yard. Next thing you know, you don't see the chicken no more. They ain't eating it for Sunday dinner. You know what I'm saying?
But what do you think are some jobs that are completely safe from AI? Because I call customer service and I'm directed to talk to a chat bot or it's ask me questions or press a button.
That's a good one.
So what is the job that you think is
that's a good one, man. I think the jobs that are AI proof are the jobs where you really have to troubleshoot and work on something that probably only a human probably could do. Like when you work at a retail place, right? A cashier, just being a cashier is not a skill set. You agree? Just being a cashier, anybody can be a cashier. Put you in front of a register, type in the number, how much change they gave you. I mean, put how much money they give you, type that in, tell you how much change to give back. Anybody can do that, right?
Well, I can dumb down any job. I can dumb down a president.
No, but what I'm saying is it's not a skill set though.
I mean, once
you don't go to school to be a cashier. You don't go to school to be a cashier. You can just go work at a job and they'll show you how to do that, right?
That's basically what training is, but I don't want to argue that.
No, I'm saying, but is it a skill set though? Do you agree or not? I don't think it's a skill set. I think it's something anybody can do. It's just a job, a task on the job. You know what I'm saying? But the person that works on the register, that's a skill set. Like if it breaks, the person that fixes it.
Yeah.
The back end, that's a skill set. That's the stuff that AI I don't think they can replace.
So the people that keep the machines running.
I don't think you can have a computer that does that unless they rebuild it or something. But it's certain stuff that a computer may not be calibrated. It'll probably the keyboard trying to touch it. You know what I'm saying? It don't even have the calibration in order to pick up something without squeezing it too hard. Stuff like that.
So only way I see that being an issue, get the product where it's cheaper to buy new, make it efficient to build the product. So it's more efficient to build a new one than to pay somebody to fix them.
Because I think like side hustles can't be done by AI, like selling watermelons, like selling fruit and stuff. I don't think that could be AI replaced. Because people don't realize you can make a lot of money like selling watermelons and stuff. You just got to want to do it. Some people don't want to do the work that it takes to do stuff like that. But selling fruit,
I can say, they sell watermelons at Walmart.
But I'm saying like everybody can't get to Walmart or don't want to go. Like if you got good watermelon before somebody get to Walmart, they will pull over on the side of the road to get a watermelon from you.
Yeah, I mean, I understand
If you're
that.
good, I'm saying if you're good, you known for that. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying
If
like
you,
the service industry, like cooking and waiting tables? Well, I seen a robot waiting tables at my favorite Mexican restaurant.
but what about actually like cooking certain stuff like cuisine or something like that? I don't know if AI could do that. I don't. Maybe it can. I don't know, but it's like humans could do something a certain way that a robot can't the nuance of stuff like the seasoning. A robot would do the seasoning the same way every time. Well, a human could say, well, you know what? It don't need that much seasoning. Instead of putting a level 5 of salt, let's just do level 3. A machine just gonna keep doing level 5. You see what I'm saying? It's only gonna do what it's programmed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I love consistency with food. I mean,
Man, I think if they had AI, like at McDonald's, your food still could get messed up because it's programmed to make a quarter pounder with cheese, and you gonna say no mustard, no pickles. It's probably still gonna do it because it's programmed to do. And they both humans and AI gonna mess up on that every time. Out of 10 times, probably what 7 times you may get you may get it right, but those 3 times they gonna mess up. You know what I'm saying?
you can't talk to a manager. I want to speak to a manager.
Yeah. But yeah, well, what do you think kind of jobs AI they can't replace?
I'm definitely going with cooking. I think lawyers will be replaced soon.
You think so? Lawyers? You think lawyers? Nah, I don't know about them.
Yeah, I mean, every law is documented.
That's true.
If we read those the testimonies, we can find the specific article and what violation it is and blah blah blah. We got lie detectors. We'll
I
hook
think the
the
lawyers.
witnesses.
I think lawyers. It's so much to lawyer. Like I think it's about relationships. I think it's about
No, and that's why the system is flawed. We gonna get that all that human judgment out the way. Everything is we're gonna look at you, hook you up to a computer. We're gonna determine if you lying. We're gonna connect evidence like in Dubai. They get cameras everywhere. So a lot of times you don't go to trial. You just get a ticket.
Oh, I know
They send a ticket to your house. They'll send you the video of you committing the crime, and that's it. The police don't even approach you. You know what I mean? You're already gonna be charged.
Speaking of Dubai, I didn't even type this in thinking about Dubai, right? You hear about that girl that was over there, it was like an IG model or something.
Yeah.
And she went to jail over there and she don't even know if she's gonna be able to get out because apparently in Dubai, now this is something you gotta think about, young kiddos and adults. You can't do what you do in the US everywhere else. You can't go over there and just cuss people out. She went belligerent on somebody, or allegedly she went belligerent on somebody.
She just raised her voice.
Yeah, you can't do that in Dubai though. Like
as
in public.
As a woman, you can't do that.
You can't do that. Yeah, that ain't going. And now she could go to jail for up to a year or something. They were saying it was something crazy like that. But you got to realize, man, everybody's rules ain't the same. The rules of engagement ain't the same, man. You know what I'm saying?
Here you can be a homosexual. Sometimes other countries you can't do that.
Nah.
Here you can do public displays of affection with your husband and wife. Some countries you can't do that. Weed is legal in some states in this country. Over in another country, it may not.
I think it's federal legal, but it may not be state. Or it may be state legal, but it's not federal. It may be state, but it's not federally legal.
So if you're dealing with something state to state here, I wouldn't even try to take that to another country. And then some countries' laws are very lax about drugs or sexuality and things like that. The age of consent is different. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you could be on that show Locked Up Abroad. You know, and I don't know how many jobs, if you do a no-call, no-show for a year, because you was in a prison in Africa or the Dominican Republic.
Man,
some of those prisons aren't nice. You have
if you get locked
a prison, a co-ed prison.
A what?
A co-ed prison. You know what I mean?
Man,
some
crazy. Man, that's still crazy. But I think if you get locked up in the prison in abroad, you get locked up in a prison like in Mexico or Cuba or Colombia, your job are the least of your worries. just making it out alive. that's the top priority at that point.
But
Your job.
could you imagine, like, right?
Oh my
Because
God.
when you're in a tourist place in another country, they try to have people who speak English.
Yeah.
Sometimes at least 1 or 3 people in the hotel that speak English and
Yes,
that accept your credit card. What if you go to jail and none of the COs speak
man.
English?
Yeah.
Nothing on the walls is written
All
in
right, English.
English.
Mm-mm.
And they're talking about Shama, Shama. And he was like, what? And they hit you with something because you're not doing what they say. You better learn the
Yeah.
language real quick.
Yeah. They're looking at
Could
you.
you imagine the dude off the Boondocks, the booty warrior, talking to you in another language?
Oh man, I just seen dude on this thing was on Anton Daniels, man. Shout out to Anton Daniels. He had a dude on there, the Warrior Fleece Johnson.
Yeah.
He said when a dude approached him to come at him like that, he said the dude what he did, he said the tactics they used to get you, they kind of like he said the dude had a hole in the wall and he would put like a balloon in it with baby powder and put plaster over it to harden it up. So when he approach you and say, you gonna give me, you gonna give it to me, he'll punch the wall and then it looked like he punched through the wall. He punched through a brick wall and the baby powder was the dust be on his arm. So now he Incredible Hulk or something like that. And it's supposed to scare you into it. And he said when he first saw it, he didn't think like he just like, man, this dude just punched through a brick wall, man. This dude he probably finna take me, man. But he said somebody had gave him a shank, man, man, and he said no. He said after he did that though, they put him in the hole. He said they didn't even do nothing to him, man, because he was like, I guess dude was known for that or something, or because they was the same color, they didn't really do nothing. But man, that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy though, bro.
But
I
you
can't, huh?
imagine that with you don't speak the language.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
You
man,
know.
talking to you in Colombian, Garado, Gabado, Gabado. What? I
Well,
don't
oh
speak
yeah, I like oatmeal.
that. I like oatmeal. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. But the thing that mess you up though, like if they don't speak English, but you can see it in their eyes though. They got the eye of a tiger in their eyes though. That's what mess you up. Like I don't know what you said, but it don't look good what you said though.
But what if you're paranoid? Everything looks sound like a threat to you.
Nah, but man, you can tell though the eye of a tiger though. That's in their eyes, man. Paranoid or not, you can tell when it's eye of a tiger, man. It's almost like the song come on. It's the eye of a tiger.
Do anybody else hear that?
Man, am I the only one to hear that, man? You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man. So let's go outside the box. It said living against your budget or overhead. How do you stay within your budget? I think this is a lot of people do this, man. I know when I was younger, I did it. You go against the budget, you go against the overhead, doing something crazy, or not living within it. Because I think people don't realize the difference between can you afford it or are you just buying it, but you can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Or is it
Yeah,
gonna
I
cost you
know.
down the line? You know?
You got to calculate everything in to
Yeah.
that budget.
For
And
regular people, we talking about for regular people. We're not talking about for celebrities. We talking about for regular people living. You know what I'm saying?
as a regular person, I mean, been balancing the budget. I've been doing really good, and I get
Yeah.
comfortable in it myself. I don't forget how much extra money I got or don't get. And I was like, whew, I went over budget with that one. You know what I mean? And because you get emotional, you start emotionally spending, and
Yeah.
you talking about, well, I go to work all the time, I deserve this, but your bank account says, no. You
Yeah.
deserve it, but you maybe can't afford it, and then maybe you put too many things on credit, or
Yeah.
you break that discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Eating
Because
out.
I know I seen on the podcast. I think it was Wallow. He was saying that people will go on a station, blow all their money, and then come back, and kids got to go to school and get ready for school, and they trying to borrow money now. And he
Yeah, I
said
mean,
he'll send them a picture of them being on vacation. He'll send them a picture of them being on vacation, hanging out, kicking it, and drinking, drinking and stuff. And it's like, dude, that's where your money went. You know what I'm saying? But you're trying to ask me for my money I work for, but you spent your money that you work for, kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think everybody is guilty of that. You know what I mean? You'll be in Cancun, you will be in Canada, you will be in Dubai, and then you come back, you need a root canal. You know what I mean?
Bro, I know we went to Dallas. I know in a realistic place, I probably shouldn't have went that. We went to Dallas. I know I was probably running on fumes, man.
You know, and then you just had to suck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, had to suck it up. Yeah.
As an adult, it ain't no rescue. You know what I mean? I can't just be like,
we don't got rich parents.
$1,000.
I got rich parents. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna pay for my filling, my root canal, my oil change, and things like that. You know, maybe you did consider your rent or your groceries, but those occasional expenses, oil change, you know what I mean, your tooth cleaning, your checkup.
Or check this out, you get everything caught up, all the bills paid, then next thing you know, your car act up on you, the tire blow out, or you know, saying the alternator go down, to fix, and you just paid all the bills, like you had everything. Man, that's the kind of stuff regular people go through, you know what I'm saying?
And you can't make no more money when your car dead. You know what I mean? I got a lovely family, you know, and I, you know, that'll help me, like, come in the clutch. But we don't have superheroes. Nobody can just come in and, you know, just you help you with that. No. You paid all your bills. Everything's paid. Now you ain't got a car. You can't go to work. So the money kind of stopped coming in.
Boy. And the condo still got to be paid, even though that mug ain't running.
And they say, well, they say you 1 mile over the warranty.
Bro,
things like that.
Me and wife.
But people don't want to help you. People are very judgmental. Hey, you was just on a yacht in the Dominican Republic, and you asking me to hold 500. Like, you know what I mean? Bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be like you, and you borrowing money from me. You know?
Because I think now, they saying now the average car note is what, $700-800 now?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
It's like, where is this, money coming from? You know, I know a lot of people, they $50,000-$60,000, and they got 2 jobs. You know what I mean? So they got a $60,000 job here and a $40,000, here, and they working part time, and that's just so normal.
And then you see them pull out the new Escalade. Then you look online, like the new Escalade MSRP is like $90,000 or something like that. He's like, what?
Man, I gotta start working. I was like, you know.
Yeah, man. So stay within your budget, man. Stay within your budget, whatever it is. Stay within it. Don't go outside. This definitely ain't the time with interest rate rising, and definitely ain't the time to go outside your budget.
Man, it's hard to stay in the house when you're like, now we got it's very hot right now. Like, so we're gonna keep the air on.
Boy,
I'm gonna put it on 72. Now everybody coming out with these $250, $300 light bills from nowhere. Like, it's like, no, you was in the house all the time. Now you can kind of, you gotta eat hamburger helper now, like, not even that's what you got. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Especially, but if you got a good insulated house, though, it won't go up as much. I think when you got a lot of leaks in it and stuff, that's when you got the problem, man. It's gonna kill you. Or stay in an apartment that they're not insulated. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Regular people stuff, we think about stuff like that, y'all. All right, realistic or cap? Times are changing before people's eyes. They're not realizing it. And is it a generational mindset, you think? Or is it more or less people just want to do what they want to do? Like, even now when people be saying, like, hey, I don't got to go to college. I can just do my thing, man. I can go work at Amazon. I'll be good. Or,
Well, I think each generation had that because, like, the older generation, well, I don't even got to go to college. I can get a trade. My dad's on this business. I can
do what trades actually pay money. People don't realize that trades actually pay.
But I mean, that was the excuse then. Now maybe I just don't want to go. I'm a hustle. I'm going to do this and do that. It's different reasons, or it's not affordable. And it's an entitled attitude. Well, I deserve. You know what I mean? I deserve. Y'all paid for my high school. I deserve this. This is This is my right as an American to have affordable health care, an affordable college, a livable wage. This is my right. But then we say, no, you don't have the right to nothing. You got a right to breathe. but you don't have the right to anything
They may
else.
change, and they may change. They might start charging for air.
Yeah, they really
crazy.
they pretty yeah
Yeah.
they charge I see that coming. But
So
people are
yeah,
trying to just trying to make a way. And it says you to live, to actually have a meaningful, livable wage, you gotta go to college. You know what I mean? It's like 70, 80, every year is going up. You know what I mean? Living in the days where you can pay $450 for rent at your apartment, $50,000 was great.
Yeah.
Now when you're paying 17, 2,000, it's not. So
no.
they're changing the bar, and they're making everything more expensive. You know what I mean? College can have you.
And then there used to be a time,
and don't pay. It don't pay off.
Yeah.
You get the wrong degree, it don't pay off.
And then it used to be a time where you could work at one job and stay there for 30 years, and they would give you the proper amount of raises. They would compensate you for being there for 30 years.
Yeah, and if you're there for 10 years, you're a line manager now. Like that's your 10 years, and then now you're a regional manager at 20 years.
Right.
The only way you don't get those promotions if you quit or you don't go to work.
Right.
It's not like that. They will have you as a floor tech for the rest of your life, even with your cert. Like, well, I got a certification. Well, we're not hiring. Even though you got that certification, we're not hiring for that position. So you sit there with the certification, with the knowledge, but you can't get the job because they're not hiring for that position.
And you don't get a raise. Your pay is right there. They just give you a bonus every year.
And you had to pay for that certification that you get.
Yep.
And so now you have to move and take those skill sets to other companies because that loyalty is not going to be rewarded.
It's almost like you have to. Like every 5 years, you have to think about, like, put it in perspective. Is it worth staying here, or do I have to look at something else? You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like you got to get a side hustle. Like you got to have some kind of side hustle if you want to stay. And because they don't realize if you start some jobs, if you start off, you start there and they lock you in at 35,000, 10 years from now, 35,000.
Even though the new hires and the start pay for that position has went up, yours didn't. Nope, and they don't see anything wrong with it. It's your fault for not going to get money from somewhere else.
But then if you leave and go find another job, they act salty about it too. That's the crazy part. It's like a double-edged sword, man.
It's like a toxic relationship, you know what I mean? And then I'll tell you, and then the information we get access to all kind of information, but now we get access to information. The government's admitting that aliens are real. So like we're getting like, well, what information do I believe? Is aliens real? And I can start my own company in 60 days. Like, which rabbit hole do I go down?
Right. And see, I got a good one for you, right? Realistic or cap. Can our community support entrepreneurship from each other? Do we make enough to do that, to support entrepreneurship?
Do we make enough to be a self-sustaining unit? You know what I mean? Paying each other.
Because you always hear people talking about we should support each other, keep our money in the neighborhood, but can we support entrepreneurship in our community?
The money is there. Because
you think so? I don't think it's there.
Yes, like when they do studies, like you gotta take information from different studies. So they accumulate this money, this budget that they're making X amount of money, billions of dollars, off black hair products like perm. Only people use perm, weave, wigs, weave glue, these curling irons and all this stuff is the black community. And those people selling those things are making millions, hundreds of millions on these products that only we use. So that's only being bought by our community. So that's a portion of our buying power. And only women buy that stuff. That's like maybe half our population. That's and then we got another portion that's natural. But if their hair products can sell, the Asian market can sell that to us and then make all the money, we have the revenue to kind of
okay. So that is out of 100% pie, percentage pie, that's probably 5 or 10% of people that do that.
But look how much money that 5% is.
Right, but now check this out. The average everyday person who don't do that, they just natural. They just go to work 9 to 5 every day, come home, take care of the family and kids. They don't have extra money to do some of the stuff like as far as what we do as what entrepreneurship could be. Like some people hair, that's essential for them, right? They consider that essential. Like I
Yeah.
need to get my hair done, right? But let's say me and you go to somebody and say, hey man, we can put cameras on your house. How much that cost? Yeah, we can start you out, it'd be like $400. Ooh, that's a lot of money. I don't want to pay that for no cameras.
No, so that's the different thing. I was
No,
just talking
but
about.
I'm just trying to tell you. But that people, but people will say, why are these kids out here doing crazy stuff? Why are they out here, doing this, doing that? Well, if a kid come to somebody's house and I cut you off for $50, oh man, that's too high. Dude, gas is up now. Man, just get a 5 gallon gas bucket to fill that up. It may cost you almost $15, man.
What the question you asked me? Is the money available?
Yeah.
Is the black community spending money? And my answer was yes, and I gave you an
I think
example of
some people think it's a
how
luxury.
much money they were spending.
Yeah.
Now, will they put money $50 for their grass,
Yeah.
certain amount of things for their camera? They won't spend that money on. You know what I mean? That's just a thing. Do we have the
Yeah.
money? Yes. Do we spend money? Yes. Black people have clothes,
I think
food
some a
all the
percentage
time.
of it do, but I think most of the percentage of people don't have the extra money to spend outside of paying when they get through paying their bills and the leftover, they may not have that much left over, bro. When
Well,
the average person, we looked
no,
it up. The average person making what,
no,
35,
we're,
40
we're, we're
in last
talking about
account?
the average person, and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you look at a community that doesn't have any money, but they're spending $700 million a year, spending that money's leaving the
I
community.
understand that. I wonder how much of it's going to utilities and bills, though. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
I mean they just said this amount. I mean, I don't have the exact numbers,
yeah,
but
right.
this much money is going to hair. This much money is going to Jordan shoes and Nikes. You know what I mean? This much money is coming from the community
But I
for
think
that.
that's more the younger people. I'm talking about like
I
older
don't
nine to
care.
five
It's
people.
money. It's money.
Yeah.
It's like money that's leaving the community in these millions amounts. It's not like 100,000 a year.
No, but I'm talking about like neighborhoods though, like going to a
I
neighborhood,
understand.
like going to Wakefield, like going to a neighborhood in Wakefield. Can that neighborhood support, black entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I don't think I don't. I know they don't. But when you're talking about
Because we talking about affording, can you afford it, or like can you really afford it without it breaking the bank? Or I can't, you know what I'm
normal
saying?
families below the poverty line cannot. But when you're talking
Right.
about the buying power of the entire black community,
How many families do you think that's above the line that's in our community?
I mean,
If
our
you did a
community,
percentage, how many you think is above?
it's a lot.
A
So
lot above the poverty line?
a lot below.
Oh,
I
okay,
believe.
okay.
But then we're talking about poverty. You know what I mean? I'm talking about us as together, as the whole community.
But I'm saying as a whole community, though.
Every warrior, every athlete. I mean talking about the entire black community. Lawyers, athletes, business owners, this and that.
But you went in the hood where we at, you don't see a lot of lawyers and stuff. They're over in the other side
Now
of
you
town.
like I'm saying you are talking about on the local community level and
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, local
in a
community
low
level.
income area. No, I mean we're not gonna. People don't shop locally or use small businesses a lot. We use the Walmart, we use the Krogers, we buy our shoes at Foot Locker or Walmart even. We're gonna pick the big stores.
Yeah. Cause it's a two-sided fence. Like there's some guys like they'll support you, but then some guys they do them dirty. You know, what I'm saying they don't do what they're supposed to do, and they kind of mess it up. And then you got some people that's like, well, I can't afford. That's a luxury. That's not like a necessity that I gotta have. But it's not like say some people look at it like hair. Like I gotta have hair. Some people look at that like I gotta have hair versus instead of getting the yard cut or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you're talking about everybody, we're talking about people under the poverty line. They're not going to be getting luxury items. They're
Right,
not going to
definitely.
be driving, BMWs and things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But the rich people are the rich African Americans are still kind of counted in that number, not just the poor. Um, but man, it's a lot of people kind of making it, they're not making it. I don't know. I don't know the answer to the question how we.
Cause now some people be saying kids don't be doing them, but like a lot of times some kids try to do stuff. I see it with my own two eyes, but the neighborhood just can't support it because people just not making money like that. It's just not. I mean, when your bring home pay is after taxes, $600-700, and you an adult. I mean, that's tough because you could burn through $200 in a week as an adult, just gas.
A good weekend or a bad weekend.
Yeah. 220. You go to grocery shopping, you'll burn through $150 just buying the stuff you need, not the extra stuff, just the basic stuff that you need, toothpaste and stuff like that. You'll burn through $60 just buying that kind of stuff. Toothpaste, deodorant, soap, you know what I'm saying? You'll burn through that no problem, you know what I'm saying? So, and this is our last section. This is called Pick One. What do you think about this? Arby's or Zaxby's? Which one you think you're picking?
I like hot food, but I like the variety of Arby's. That burger that Arby's got is good.
Oh, here we go
I'm
with
just
that,
really
man.
not on the roast beef.
I thought you
Fairly
like roast beef.
but I just gotta go with hot food. Zaxby's is kind of bland too. But I gotta go with hot food. The egg rolls is really good.
Yeah.
But I gotta go with Zaxby's myself. But honorable mention, I like the variety. They got rid of the pancakes.
You go with Zaxby's or Arby's?
I'm going with Zaxby's. I mean, I'm in the mood for chicken right now.
I think for me, the only time like Zaxby's turn me off is when they take a long time to make your stuff. I guess it's like certain ones you go to, they take a long time. But I do like the cheese curds from Zaxby's. You know what I'm saying? But I like the cheese sticks from Arby's too. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm changing. I gotta go with Arby's. I mean, they got the best of both worlds. They got lean sliced meat, fresh sliced meat.
Yeah.
They got curly fries, cheese sticks fried. They got the Jamocha steak.
Especially if you go there like at 10 o'clock, you just trying to get something to eat. Just got off work or something, man. You hungry. You going through, you don't think about Zaxby's. Zaxby's is like when you kind of just, lunch or something like that at work, you just grab something different. But the go-to probably, the red zone play, you probably gonna call Arby's, man. That's gonna be the touchdown, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta really go with Arby's. Because Zaxby's, I mean, it's like a kid's restaurant. I mean, it's like y'all got chicken strips.
It is, yeah.
I'm an adult. I mean, I'm gonna need like have a little bit more variety. They got a variety of dipping sauces. They got the crinkle fries. I can't. I mean, I'll eat it. I mean, it's good. I mean, you can't go wrong with chicken.
Yeah.
But I mean, for an adult, I'm eating a sandwich.
Okay, I got one for you, a bonus one. Rallies or backyard burgers?
I'm going with Rallies. Even though sometimes they meat tastes funny, but I'm going with Rallies.
Rallies got the AI drive-through. They got the AI drive-through now. Where you talking to a computer, you're not talking to them. It's pretty crazy. By my house, yeah. I ain't going to Rallies. Both of them gonna kill you. When it comes to because backyard burgers, they give you too much meat. That's weird. Somebody give you a burger that's so big, it's like I can't even eat all this, man. It's too much, man. I can't eat all this to go back to work.
The texture of their meat. I mean, it's just kind of look too dense in the inside. You know what I mean?
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, I just definitely
Rallies, man. I don't know. I think I had to go
Rallies, I
backyard
like
burger.
rallies. I like the toppings. The big roof comes with just a good amount of stuff. They meat kind of soft. You know what I mean? If you got teeth
Oh,
problems,
not to laugh. I had a cousin that used to work there. He told me that he said they use kangaroo meat, man. It was so funny. He tell me that, man. I said, well, kangaroo tastes good, man.
boy.
Put some seasoning on it, man. It tastes good, man.
And you can't beat their fries, and they can put chili on anything. Versatility of the menu, and they have some funny stuff every now and then.
Oh, every now and then, every other week, it seemed like some cheesy Buford or some cheesy chicken, melted cheese on chicken.
We put chili on a fish sandwich. I don't think they go together. Throw cake fries, you know what I mean? Just anything you can put in the grease, they got it. But I'm definitely going with the rallies over backyard. Tell us what y'all think.
Let us know in the comments. Some people call it checkers. Some places it's checkers. Yeah, some places it's checkers. Some people it's rallies. Yeah, checkers or rallies.
Favorite burger from Backyard Burgers. Favorite burger from Rallies. What's the menu item that's low key that you really like? You got a custom order. Tell us about that. Put me on.
All right, Macho Man or $1 Million Man.
I love the $1 Million Man, but you can probably put the Macho Man up against anybody. The energy, the promos. I know $1 Million Man had the promos. He got.
Not like Macho. I'm the cream of the crop.
He got the $1 Million.
Undeniably.
But you can't knock Macho Man. You can't put nobody. He just cut from different cloth.
I like Macho Man, but I gotta go $1 Million Man, bro. $1 Million Man, dude. His promos, man, were awesome, man. When he went to that pool and he paid the dude, tell these kids to get out of the pool now. So how much is it gonna cost? Virgil, he said $100? No, $200, $300. Hey, get out the pool. And when he got the $1 Million belt built, he went to that jeweler, man. That was cold, man. When he built his own belt, man. That was cold, bro.
That was fine. But
now I do like the Macho Man. The flying elbow smash is one of the most original moves that can never be duplicated. And the way he used to do it, especially when he was young, he just jumped way up in the air too, man. I guess because he was short, it looked good because he was short too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
kind of like Shawn Michaels.
He had the physique. He had a relationship with anybody that was getting.
Well, he had good biceps. He didn't really have like this. He had the good biceps though. He really wasn't
he had crazy abs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the stories of the stories other wrestlers tell about the Macho Man. He had a relationship with everybody who was doing interviews. I love to see Mean Gene.
Oh yeah, Mean Gene was cold. Mean Gene was cold. That's probably not to do next week. Mean Gene or Tony Schiavone. Which way? Tony Schiavone was laid back though. Mean Gene, man, he used to get with him sometimes, but yeah. Tony Schiavone was one of a kind too. He's pretty funny dude. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with $1 Million Man. I like $1 Million Man, dude. He has some cold stuff, man. I mean, he used to pay people. He paid Andre the Giant $1 million to win the match. Andre said, "I ain't that stupid. You're going to pay me? I would take that." Oh man! All right, the last one. This is a football player. Javon Curse or Julius Peppers?
Javon Curse was like one of my favorite players. Injuries kind of took him short. He just kind of blitzed the league.
Game film messed him up.
Yeah. He kind of came in the league like a tornado. You know what I mean? Sacks with the speed, versatility. But Julius Peppers, I mean, with the size, strength, speed,
dude was unreal, man.
I've seen dude treat grown men, the heaviest of heavies, like children, one arm. And how can somebody be stronger than you, taller than you, just
what was he like,
just faster than you too? You know
was he 6'6"? Was he 6'6"? God,
yeah.
280? What about 280? 260, 280? Probably running a 4.3. Probably running a 4.3, 4.4.
It's just
man, dude was unreal.
crime against humanity. I mean, he could play D tackle, D end, linebacker. The versatility, what they could have done with him is crazy. The longevity, but I like. I'm a Gators fan, so I definitely got it. For me, my favorite was Javon Curse.
Yeah, see, Javon Curse was good when he played for the Titans, but I think when he went to the Eagles, the game film was out on him, and they got that spin move. They kind of defended it better. But it seemed like Julius Peppers, man, like he played for better teams, man. I think he would have had a Super Bowl, no problem, man. Like he just,
because
man,
he
the
was
Panthers.
good. He was good to get the pass and the run.
Yeah.
Javon Curse is one of the best pass rushers the league has ever seen.
You think he better than Julius Peppers? You think he better than Julius Peppers?
I didn't say he was better. Well, maybe it's just pass rushing.
Nah, I doubt it.
And I'm gonna go with
think
that.
Julius Peppers just didn't play for a good team. Yeah, Julius Peppers just didn't play for a good team, though, man. Panthers just had some bad teams, man. They were on that one team that went to the Super Bowl was probably their best chance, and after that, they just never could get it together. Front office, I don't know what it was, but man, dude,
it just takes so many things to create a Super Bowl team.
It does take a lot, man. But yeah, guys, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let us know what you think about this podcast. We're gonna wrap it up with that, and let us know, who you pick: Javon Curse, Julius Peppers, Arby's or Zaxby's, Macho Man, $1 Million Man. Let us know in the comments what you think. So, anything you say before we want to close out?
Peace. God love you. I love you. God bless you. Good night.
All right, guys, we out. Peace.